I'm very excited to get that award. It's the first time getting the track NE10 Athlete of the Week, so that's pretty neat. Okay, I was a little bit nervous going into the race just because I hadn't raced in a while, but I was very excited to see what I could do, and I knew my training was going well, so I wanted to just get out there and race the other people and see what happened. Well, Harvard's always a fun track to run at just because of the bank and stuff, and then racing other D1, or like racing D1 athletes is pretty cool because you know they're intense about the sport, so it's fun to see if you can compare to them. Well, I don't know which races I'll be racing, but I'm very excited to try the 5K, try the mile, try 3K again, just to see what I can do this season.
So it was our first meet back after winter break, and it was my first time racing too this season because I didn't race before winter break. But and our 4x8 got Relay of the Week, which was kind of surprising because I wasn't expecting to get that this early, but it was nice. The anchor leg is always kind of scary because if the team is falling behind in the race, it's kind of up to you to like take the race back. And it's also hard too because if you're alone, then you're alone for most of the race. Well, last year we had Nicole and Aisha on the team, so this year it was like a completely new team, so it was different chemistry, but I mean we've all run together for the past 2 years now, so it didn't feel different. The rest of the season, we don't always have a 4x8. Sometimes we do the DMR, but I'm hoping that we can do just as well in that relay too, and then continue to improve on our times.
It's always nice to get recognition in the beginning of the season. You know, we're just trying to go out there and see where we're at and see what we have to work on. And see how we compare to the rest of the conference. So getting the NE10 Relay of the Week is a nice accolade to have this early. It was my first meet back overall after coming off an injury in the fall. So it was nice to come in, you know, race an individual event and then get to do the relay with the other girls who I've been training with. And it's always exciting to do a relay. When we do the individual and then a relay, I try to focus on my individual race, but then once we get to the relay, it's kind of more fun. We obviously all take it seriously, but it's just kind of a nice change of pace to be able to run with the other girls and just kind of work together towards something more than just racing an individual race, even if the individual race counts towards team scores. It's just kind of a different vibe. I guess it was nice because I think Nicole and Aisha passed on a lot of wisdom to Anna and I through our journey last year. So it's kind of nice to come back and, you know, kind of have that fire again. And it's tough not having them, but I think it motivates us to improve ourselves even more, knowing that, you know, we don't have them there as, you know, to kind of lead us. Like it's now reliant on us, which is different, but I think they set us up well for it. I'm really happy with it so far. I think we've definitely seen what we need to work on more, and I'm excited to, you know, continue to do that in the upcoming meets. And I'm very excited for conferences, as always, something we're always looking forward to.
Well, it's my first NE10 like weekly award, so I was pretty happy to see that. Being the first race back after break, we all put in a lot of training and practices over break, so it was nice to see our efforts pay off. So we were kind of looking at this race as a good practice for doubling for NE10s and later on in the season. So we're looking at it more like strength training. And I got the baton, I was the second leg, and my goal was just to, you know, put the team in a good position to run a good time. And I know our time wasn't as good as we were hoping to do later in the season, but it's a great stepping stone, great first race for a relay. I love relays personally. There's just something about them that really brings in the team aspect, because in track and field you don't always have that team aspect because you're competing, yes, for your team, but it's also very individualized. In a relay, you have the responsibility not only to yourself but to your other teammates, that you're literally in the same race as them, competing for the same time, or to achieve the same time. So having other people that you're responsible for, I don't know, it almost makes you want to run better for them. And the Stonehill history behind relays is just something that we always want to live up to. We don't want to step on the line and not put on a good performance just because we know how many people have come before us. Well, it's actually my last year at Stonehill. I'm going to Notre Dame next year for the 3-2 engineering program. So I really want to take this season and just enjoy it. I think in the past I've kind of put a lot of stress on myself and a lot of pressure, and I'm still going to keep the level of intensity, but I really want to enjoy each race and, just have fun with what I'm doing. And then I think in doing that, my times in races will just keep improving, and I think it's going to be a great season. I'm excited.
It meant a lot, like being out last year, and it was just first time being on a relay and being able to get that recognition, even though it wasn't our best, what we wanted to do. We know we can do better and hopefully keep improving from that. We do the same workouts for mid-distance, and over break a lot of us got together to work out, so it was nice to be with each other and knowing what we're doing the same thing. So it was definitely helpful. So I think coming off break and knowing we were all did the same thing, did the workouts together, it helped our confidence too going into the meet. In high school I was always ran a lot of relays and I always loved them, and so I was glad to be able to be in this one too, but it definitely helps. Relays are different than your individual races because you have the other girls on your team, and when you're racing you're thinking about making sure you're staying in a good position for the other ones coming racing after you, or keeping it if you're one of the end legs of the relay. Again, coming off last year, it's you lose a lot, so it's kind of hard coming back, but staying positive and being happy that I'm able to race again, and then definitely just staying healthy this season, and excited for NE10s and being able to race there this season.